How we doing, everybody? Hope we're all well. Do believe we are live. In just a second, we should be. Should be able to hear me and see me. Thank you all for being here. Sure you all got better things to do. Nice and early today. That was the plan. For a lot of people in England, normally I do it nice and, I do it kind of in the afternoon generally, but that can get a little bit late for everyone in the UK. So wherever you are in the world, thanks for being here right now. Very much appreciate all of you. So we'll have a look at the questions first, or the comments in the chat. Where's Dylan? Where is Dylan? That is a good question. Dylan Dennis is in Manchester. Dylan Dan is in Manchester. Looks like the fight with Logan Paul's going ahead. After all this up and down and all this bullshit between the two of them. Oh, the mic is too low. This is what you guys say every single bloody time. I'll just do that. Boom. It's got to be nice and loud. Got to be nice and loud. Hold on, we'll turn it up even more. Even more. There we go. Should be able to hear me now. And if you can't, then turn up your computer. Turn up something. I don't know. Anyway, greetings from Norway. Shout out to all the Norway massive in the place. Do I prefer pancakes to waffles? I mean, we're getting into the hard-hitting stuff real quick here. We're not messing around. Straight into it. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes all day long. Chocolate chip, though. I can't have none of this this plain pancake nonsense. Chocolate chip pancakes. A good chocolate chip pancake. One of my most favourite things on earth. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. Greece watches the count. Shout out everyone in Greece. Could you say hey to Mike Oxmall? There we go. Mike Oxmall. Shout out, buddy. Mike Oxmall. Getting started with the trolling early today. Which is good. I like it. Shout out to the Perth boys. Good eye, mate. I hope you're bloody doing well down there in Perth. Anyway, someone says here, does Tom Aspinall beat Sergey Pavlovich? Oof. Yes. I don't know. Probably. I'd put my money on Tom, that's for sure. We're going to go through all the stuff with UFC 294, Paulo Costa, Chimaev. We got the fights this weekend with Dylan Dennis, Tommy Fury, KSI, Logan Paul. So we'll go through all of that kind of stuff. I've got a few questions here. Matt Carney says, I can imagine you exhibiting a lot of anger as a child. When did you hone that anger and focus it productivity? Or were you quite happy as a kid? No, I was a very angry child, to be honest, Matt Carney. You've hit the nail on the head there. I was kind of angry quite a lot. So, I don't know. It is what it is. What can I tell you? But you meet a good woman, like I did, Rebecca. She got my shit together. Worked on my temperament. Did a bit of anger management as well back in the day. So that definitely helped out. We're not perfect. You learn, you grow as you get older, mature. I bet the house on Paulo Costa. This is Joseph Bowling. Bet the house on Paulo Costa. Even with the infected elbow, I don't know if that's a good idea, mate. I reckon that the odds have just swayed into the favour of Khamzat Chimaev. Think about it. If he did have surgery, because I don't know if his Khamzat's talking out of his ass, Costa's talking out of his ass or not. Because if you think about it, if he did have surgery 5 weeks ago, that's really going to affect his training camp. 3 weeks ago, that's 5 weeks before the fight. A typical training camp is 8 weeks long. 8 weeks long. So 5 weeks of those, he's recovering from a surgery. That's not ideal. I don't need to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So that's, if you're putting money on Paulo Costa, if you're in the camp of Paulo Costa, that might concern you a little bit. Who knows? Maybe it won't have an effect. Maybe come fight night, he'll be totally fine. Maybe it's healed up perfectly. But it is going to affect him in the training camp. That's a goddamn fact. Think about it. Blocking head kicks, wrestling, lifting weights, anything. You know, you got to rest after surgery. So I respect him. I respect him for going through that and then still doing a camp. Excuse me, I just had my lunch. And still showing up to Fight Island. I mean, he's got some big balls in him, and he's certainly very, very confident. So we'll see what happens. I think it's a good fight, though. I think Paulo Costa is going to give him a lot of problems if it wasn't for the elbow. We'll see how that affects things. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe Costa's talking out of his ass, you know. I guess we'll wait and see. I guess we will wait and see. Or is he doing, the old insurance policy, getting his excuse out there early? I don't think so. We can see the stitches on there. What do I think about the UFC having 4 title fights for UFC 300 with McGregor topping the card? Well, McGregor will top the card. That's just a fact. So stop. Get ready for that. Simple as that. There's no way he's not going to be top of the card. He's the biggest star in the organization by a long, long shot. So he'll be on top of that. Abu Karem says, will we be doing meet and greets in London? That is correct. Tales from the Octagon 2. Myself, Paul Craig, Tom Aspinall, London and Manchester, December 14th and 16th, I think. myticket.co.uk. And yes, we will be doing meet and greets. We'll be doing... We're doing a little live Q&A at the end, but we'll be going through a lot of things here. So Orca says, how many drinks can I have and still drive? None, you dickhead. None. Don't drink and drive. It's a disgusting crime. And I said that when talking about Israel Adesanya. See, a lot of people like to twist things. Israel Adesanya, as we know, he got arrested and charged. And, I think he hasn't had his sentence yet, but he showed up in court. He was a little bit over the limit. So... yeah, shame on that guy for doing it. What I said was at the time, and I wasn't making excuses for the guy, what I said was, I think a lot of people, if they're honest with themselves, might have had a beer and got behind the wheel of a car. It doesn't, and maybe I'm wrong, but he didn't seem like he was much over the limit, only ever so slightly. So who knows, maybe he had a cocktail and got behind the wheel. He wasn't blackout drunk. That's what I was saying. I wasn't excusing anybody that drinks and drives. It's a disgusting crime, and a lot of innocent people lose their lives every day. As a lot of people are right now in other parts of the world. My God, the news and my Twitter feed is fucking ridiculous right now. The death and desperation, man, it's a tough, tough world we're living in. Ryu Ken... Shoruken says perhaps Costa was on antibiotics, seriously affecting the cardio. Perhaps Costa was on antibiotics, seriously affected the cardio. What do you mean? We haven't had the fight yet, so we don't know if the cardio is going to be affected. If he did have a staph infection and it got as bad as what it looked to be, because it was very red and inflamed, didn't look like there was many antibiotics there. But the first thing they will do is administer antibiotics. But when a staph infection gets really bad, they'll generally bring you into the hospital and give the antibiotics through an IV, through a drip, intravenously. So maybe just left it a bit too long. I had a bad staph infection once. Doctor was concerned I was going to die. Fortunately, I didn't. I'm still here. And so is Paulo Costa. Will you bring Tales of the Octagon back to Ireland? Shane McDonald, thank you for the question, buddy. Of course, I was supposed to come to Dublin in 2021. Oh, no, last year. I was supposed to come last year. Just to explain, I booked a movie. I was away for 10 weeks. I couldn't get out of it, and there it is. So sadly, I had to cancel. So I'll do these 2 dates in December, and then we'll go from there. I would love to. I personally would really love to. I would like to do that original tour all over Europe and down under, New Zealand, Australia. So we'll see. We'll see what happened. Ben Askren would smoke Bisping in his prime. Ooh, you're hard, Mike. I'm shitting my pants. I'll get Jake Paul to take care of him. I had a staph infection in my bone and had to have bone grafts and was on liquid antibiotics for 6 months. Yeah, no, it can be very serious, mate. Very, very serious. Why aren't we doing a Glasgow date? Well, it was at Adam Cassidy. That's not up to me, mate. The promoter gave me an offer, 2 dates, London, Birmingham. So on this occasion, this year, it'll just be those 2 dates in December. Who knows? As I say, maybe next year we'll add some more dates on. But this show with Paul Craig and Tom Aspinall, literally London and Manchester. I'm very excited for it. A little bit nervous as well. I was very nervous last time. But yeah, sorry, mate. I don't make those decisions. The promoter came to me with an offer. I said yes. So here we go. Dabby says, do you travel to the US, Vegas for every fight night that you work? How does the scheduling work out with the UFC? You guys seem to travel a lot. Dabby, I live in California these days, mate. I've been here since 2011. August 5th, 2011. Moved out here to California. Been here ever since. We have a great life out here. Do miss the UK, obviously, tremendously. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I travel to Vegas every week. But from California to Vegas, it's only a 3.5 hour drive from where I live. So I drive almost every single time now, because when the fights finish, certainly at the Apex, sometimes they finish at 10 p.m., sometimes it's 7 p.m., sometimes it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So rather than having to mess around and spend more time in Vegas and end up having a drink and then deal with the Vegas airport and then get back lunchtime on a Sunday, I get up at the crack of dawn Saturday morning, drive into Vegas, call the fights, jump in the car and drive home, wake up in my own bed. Sometimes I don't walk in till 2 o'clock in the morning, but as I say, I get in bed, wake up, Sunday morning, I'm home, I have a coffee in my bed, and all is good. Love you, Bisping. Heard you might be coming out to Long Island when you're in New York. Correct. You have sources that are correct, Michael. Long Island, I will be doing an appearance on the morning of UFC 295. So yeah, I'm not sure what the name of the little expo is yet. But yeah, I signed the contract. I'll be in Long Island on that morning. So maybe I'll see you there, Michael. Thanks, buddy. Where does Bo Nickel fit into the middleweight division, says Kirk Montana. Well, Kirk, I mean, listen, it's early days for Bo Nickel, isn't it? Still early days, but I do believe he's going to do very, very big things. I think he's a champion at some point in the future. I really do. Let's just have a look. Bo Nickel wiki. Because with the wrestling pedigree, of course, his jiu-jitsu is really good as well. I think, yeah, Bo Nickel's going to do tremendous things. His striking looks pretty decent as well. Last time out, granted, it wasn't exactly tough competition. I forget his name. Val Woodburn. There it is. Shout out Val Woodburn. He took the fight on very, very short notice, making his UFC debut. But his striking looked really good. Before that, Jamie Pickett got the job done there. I mean, only 5-0. Only 5-0, but keep an eye out on the name, Bo Nickel. I do believe he will be a champion one day. So, yeah, there you go. You heard it here first. What do I think about Alexander Karelin? No idea, mate. Never heard of him. Are you still up for the invitational thing with GSP? I am. Not necessarily against George. I would love to go up against George again. George is an absolute goddamn legend. I've got so much respect for the guy. Just went back to jiu-jitsu last week for the first time in a long time. Very, very much enjoyed it. I do enjoy grappling, do enjoy jiu-jitsu, and it's a form of competition and combat. So I would love to do that, but just as right now, don't really have the time. But you never know. What's my thought? What's your political opinion on our pets' heads falling off? Jeez Louise, there's a lot of pets' heads falling off. There's a lot of bad shit going on in the world. I mean, you just go to your Twitter timeline, you see all the upset in the Middle East, in Israel, Palestine. It's bloody awful. It really is. It really is. Just listen, I don't know enough about the situation to give an informed opinion, but there's a lot of innocent people losing their lives, and yeah, and that in itself is enough. It's just crazy, man. Anyway, what do I think? What the fuck? You think you don't know Karelin? I don't know Karelin. Alexander Karelin. Never heard of him. Maybe I have. I don't know. There's a lot of fighters. I commentate a lot of fights. It's hard to keep them all in the head. Anyway, give me some good questions, guys. Bisping, do you ever use smartwatches like fitness tracking and stuff? I don't use a smartwatch. I use my phone. I have an app on my phone. Yeah, I have an Apple Watch, but I had an Apple Watch. I don't know where it is now. They're a pain in the ass, if you ask me. I don't need a smartwatch and the phone. Do you know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ. I'm good. My phone does everything I need. Hey, Bisping, I'm watching this from the library, and I soiled myself really badly. Is there any advice you could give me? There's poo-poo everywhere. Well, Rodney, you know, get the fuck out of there. Quick. Get out of there. There's poo everywhere. You're a fucking idiot. Rodney, enjoy the library. He's a retired wrestler who went 892-2. All right. Well, sounds like he had an incredible career. But yeah, no, sorry. I don't know. Freestyle wrestling, Olympic wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, folk style wrestling, catch-can wrestling. I'm not like, you know, I've done a bit of wrestling in my time, but I don't follow the sport, so apologies there. Hey up, pal. Big fan from Barnsley. Good old Yorkshire. Did you know that Yorkshire got voted as the least attractive accent on the planet? Number one. Hold on. Was it? No, number one was New York. Number 8 was Yorkshire. Yeah. The most attractive accent was Australian, then London, Birmingham, for some reason. Birmingham was ranked at something like the number 6 most attractive accent in the world. That did surprise me. So, yeah, there we go. All right, mate. This is how they talk in Birmingham. How much can I bench, bro? Not a lot. I don't really lift heavy weights. I do lift weights almost every day, but I don't go heavy. I'm not trying to win any prizes. I'm not trying to do myself an injury, anything like that. I go heavy enough to where it's, a good resistance and I struggle. 2 plates, 220, 3 sets of 12. That'll do me. I'm happy with that. So, yeah. If you could take any Bellator fighter to put in the UFC, who would it be? Oof, the Bellator fighters. I don't know. Jeez Louise. I mean, Cyborg just did well at the weekend, but she was in the UFC, got knocked out against Nunes. Who else? Oh, I mean, Michael Venom Page, I think he's coming over to the UFC. I'm looking forward to seeing Michael Venom Page. MVP, he'll be a solid addition. Have you ever been to Colorado? I have been to Colorado. Who asked that? Eduardo Ramirez. Yeah, when John Jones fought Quinton Rampage Jackson, I was there. Here we go. We got a member. Babe, we got a member. Yeah, you got that. We got a woo. And she's got 2 birds. She won't come over here today. We've got 2 new budgies. Raven and Hawk. Babe, bring the budgies. Get the budgies. Get the budgies. Bring the Babe, you're making a fool out of me in front of 11 people. Bring the goddamn budgies. Vanessa Demopoulos. Buzzard's Cry wants to know. Robbery. 1 on bottom. Yeah, so I didn't see all the fight. I sat down to watch the fights. I turned them on Saturday afternoon, and the 3rd round had just started. She was one of the early prelim fights. The 3rd round, from what I saw, she lost. But I went to Twitter because I saw a lot of people, and it seemed like Vanessa was very surprised to get the victory. So I just said, oh, here we go. We got the birds. We got the birds. Bring them over here behind me. It's heavy. She's obsessed. She's obsessed. We could only see Raven. Where's Hawk? We need Hawk. There's Hawk.
Where?
We got him.
Maybe can you see them both?
We got him. She's very impressed. Okay. All right. Bye, Raven. Bye, Hawk. My God. I'm a widow to these 2 little fucking budgies these days. Honestly, it's all she cares about. The goddamn budgies. Vanessa. Yeah, so I didn't see rounds 1 and 2. I went to Twitter. The opinion was split. Regardless, who cares? Mike, can you... Oh, where did that go? Mike, oh no, there was another one. Mike, can you point to a time when you crossed a threshold as a competitor? When did the wild, hostile Bisping turn into a cerebral, high IQ fighter? I think ever since I came to the UFC, I was always kind of... I was in control of, I never engaged in shit talk mid-fight. I was always very focused and locked in, but I did used to let my adrenaline get the better of me at times. And certainly throughout the training camps, I would let my emotions take control of me and have a negative impact. That's something that you've got to watch as a fighter. But when did I cross the threshold? I don't know. I know when I worked with Jason Perillo, he was responsible for a lot of handling my emotions through the training camps and being as calm as I could. One of the most distinct times was when I beat Rockhold, and I don't know if that's because it was short notice and I didn't feel pressure, or because of the teachings and the goings on and the lectures and just the trying to handle my emotions from Jason Perillo was finally starting to kick in. Would I rather see Conor come back against Rafael Dos Anjos or Chandler? Love the channel. Thank you very much. Loves the podcast. New episode dropped yesterday, by the way. No, Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. I want to see that fight. Don't get me wrong. It's a shame we never got to see Dos Anjos and Conor McGregor. I would love Dos Anjos to get that shot because, that is a true OG of the fight game, an absolute legend in every single way. But the one with Chandler, that's been booked for a while. Everyone's anticipating it. We're all waiting for it. It's going to be a tremendous fight. Look at the styles. Look at the way Chandler fights. The story with McGregor coming back. There's a lot to dissect, a lot to talk about there, and a lot to be excited for. So, yeah, that is the one all day, every day. Is VIP... So, where did that go? My God. Is VIP the only way to get a pick at the end champ in Tales from the Octagon. Well, last time what I did was, I let people come up to the stage and take a lot of pictures, but then afterwards, they have an official meet and greet, So again, I don't set all that stuff up. The promoters came to me with an offer. Would I do another show? I said yes. So if you see me knocking about, if you run up to the stage, you might get a picture and all the rest of it. But afterwards, that's the official meet and greet. So yeah. Get the budgie smugglers out. There we go. What's up, Blake? Hope you're well, buddy. Will Tony retire if he loses to Paddy? That's a good question. That brings me on to a good subject of conversation. As we know, Tony Ferguson, his last fight was against Bobby Green. Against Bobby Green, he looked okay until the finish came. It was a competitive fight. Obviously, Bobby finished him in round 3. And because of that, as we know, 6 in a row, people thinking he should retire. But look at what Bobby Green just did at the weekend. He just knocked out Grant Dawson, who was undefeated in the UFC, A tremendous wrestler, very, very tough, very skilled. Not undefeated generally, I think. He might have had 1 or 2 losses outside of the UFC, but on a hell of a run in the UFC, and I think he was ranked number 10. And Bobby Green knocked him out in 33 seconds. So I think based upon that, and sure, MMA math doesn't work, and styles make fights. As we know, styles make fights, right? But I think that fight for Paddy just got a lot harder, because now the Bobby Green fight, Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green, that's aged a lot better. That just shows what Bobby Green is capable of, So it's a tricky fight for Paddy. I said it before in a video I did a while ago, a couple of weeks ago when the fight was first announced, that it's kind of, in some ways, a lose-lose. It's not only a lose-lose, but I can, in terms, if you want to criticize Paddy and be a hater, then there's going to be a lot of, it's a lose-lose from that regard, because haters, if he wins, will say, well, he beat Tony Ferguson, he's lost 6 in a row. And haters also, if you lose, they'll go, fuck me, he just got beat of Tony Ferguson, he's lost 6 in a row. But as I say, I do think it's a tougher fight now when you look at the Bobby Green fight at the weekend. Anyway, Mr. B says, shout out Mr. B, of all the places to live in the USA, why would I move to the leftist hellhole that is out California without mentioning the nice weather? Well, believe it or not, it's got nothing to do with any fucking leftist politics. There's fucking extreme leftist idiots, and there's on the left, and there's extreme idiots on the right. It's got nothing to do with politics or anything like that. I'll tell you what it's got to do with, mate. Southern California was a massive hotbed for mixed martial arts talent, okay? Back in the day, we had Quinton Rampage Jackson, Dan Henderson, Tito Ortiz, and just so many others. I mean, the list goes on. So many others. Chuck Liddell, for example. A lot of great MMA talent, high-level jiu-jitsu gyms at almost every corner. And yeah, I did a camp with Quinton Rampage Jackson in Big Bear in 2007. The training was fantastic, and I made a lot of friends, started coming out here, doing little training camps and all the rest of it. And I liked the lifestyle. I liked the fact that I could just go to the gym and train with world-class people on a daily basis without having to pay to fly them in. Bearing in mind, this is back in the day. Obviously, now there's world-class talent all over the UK, but it wasn't like that back in the day. So yeah, moved out to California, had the work visa. Listen, you only get one life, and obviously you live in America already. Let me tell you, I live a great life in California. I really do. It's fucking expensive. The taxes are ridiculous, but the weather is fantastic, and there's a lot of great people. I don't get out and about amongst all you fucking extreme leftists. No, I hardly even leave the house, if I'm honest. But why would I? I've got a beautiful house. I've got a beautiful wife. I'm scared the weight cut for Paul Craig will get the best of him before he can make a title fight. Joseph Bowling says that. Shout out, Joseph. I think for Paul Craig, I mean, he made weight successfully against Andre Muniz. Sure, Paul's not getting any younger. What is he, mid-30s? But he looked incredible against Andre Muniz. And Muniz, he's a great fighter. And I was worried for Paul just because of the stylistic matchup, because Paul's great at jiu-jitsu, relies on it quite heavily. Muniz is fucking top of the food chain, submitted Ronaldo Jacare Souza. But he smoked him. Finished it, what was it, second round? He finished him. So, I mean, that's a pretty good yardstick of how he's going to do. I think Paul's going to do big things. He's got a tough fight against Brendan Allen coming up in December. That's going to be a hard one. All the best to both men. Obviously, I'm rooting for Paul, but may the best man win in that one. The SpongeBob mug. I had this for years, and I don't use it because it's a SpongeBob mug, although we are SpongeBob fans in this house. All three of my kids used to watch it in the morning, so sometimes you have to watch it. There is some funny shit on SpongeBob, but it's the weight of the cup. It's the thickness of the cup. It's just a good cup to drink out of, and it gets a lot of comments, so fuck it. I'm sticking with SpongeBob. Do we think, Mike, do you think the Islam fight plays out? How do I think the Islam fight plays out live from Peterborough? Shout out Peterborough. What do you guys think? What do you think? Because obviously Islam dominated the first one, dropped him, made it look easy, took him down in the second one, and submitted him in record time. I think Charles is going to give him a much better fight. I think it's going to be a bit more competitive. I'll be honest, I'm probably leaning Islam. The way he beat him first time. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Islam. I think it's up to Charles to make the difference. Charles has got to... Wow, man, I just ate my lunch really quick. Oh, excuse me, boys and girls. Charles is going to be a bit more in control of himself, because Charles walks people down like a maniac, and we love it. It's super exciting. It's definitely the kill or be killed kind of mentality. Throws caution to the wind, gets clipped with some shots. He gets dropped, but he gets up. He has big power, which he believes in his power. But he opened himself up to takedowns. He got caught by a shot off Islam and got dropped. So, he's got to, this time he's going to be more composed. He's going to be in control of his attacks. He's going to try and maintain the range, of course, stay away from the clinches. Islam's a tremendous wrestler. I actually live in Moscow. Brother, I actually live in Moscow. Come do a training camp here sometime. We have better fighters here than in California. Well, maybe you do. But I wasn't going out to Moscow doing training camps. I don't have any friends in Moscow. I don't know anyone in Moscow. So, hence why I went to California. However, come and do a training camp. Brother, listen, I am a retired guy now. I don't do no training camp. I talk on microphone. This is it. You're talking number one bullshit. No more camp. No more camp. Okay. Do I prefer when a white belt is getting passed around often, or when there's a champion so dominant, you can comfortably say no one will beat them? Or do I prefer when a belt... You mean when the belt is like a hot potato and it keeps changing hands and all the rest of it? Yeah, or a dominant champion like Israel Adesanya was, or like Anderson Silva, so on and so forth. I do like seeing a champion go on a dominant run. I mean, there's just something that captures the imagination. That is how real stars are built. When somebody continues to win at the highest level, when you're the champion, you're beating the number one contender every time, there's something about that. And that's how they become massive megastars as well, because obviously they keep defending the belt, they're heading up pay-per-views, and people are enamored by the story, to see if the guy can continue to beat all these various different styles. Mitch says, what's up, Mitch? Hey, champ, watched your documentary yesterday. It was one of the best movies I've seen, and it inspired me a lot. Well, thank you, Mitch. The documentary, Bisping, very imaginative title. Got a lot of good feedback on that. There was a lot of things I would have liked to have changed on that, to be honest. But happy with the final product, and I'm glad that you liked it, Mitch. Thomas Kind Larson, hope you're well, my brother. Let's go down here. Got a few more chats. Your GSP French accent is better than your Russian one. Are you intoxicated? Well, thank you very much. Brother, this is number one bullshit. I can do a Russian accent all day, no problem. This is easy. Can you please say for winner by knockout Islam Makhachev? It's not for edit, please. Mike, do you think Khamzat is most dangerous fighter in his weight? Most dangerous fighter in his weight? I don't think he is. Is he the most dangerous in his weight? Oh, mate, that's a long answer. I'm going to go through every single weight class. The most dangerous? Most dangerous? I don't think he's particular. I mean, he's very good. He's very, very good. Leon Reynolds said, I'll see you in Manchester for Tales from the Octagon 2. Remember, myticket.co.uk. If you want to buy a ticket, I'll see you there. And thank you, Leon. Can you please say winner? We just did that. Do I like Strickland, and will I have him on the pod? Yeah, I do like Strickland. I've known Sean for a long time. Used to train with him since about 2013, I think. For like the last 4 or 5 years of my career, I did a bit of training with Sean here and there. You know, we weren't exactly teammates, but we'd often be in the same gym. And he's always been the same, to be fair, so he's very authentic. Got nothing against the guy. He's a bit of a loudmouth at times, but so am I. You know what I mean? Can't hold that against him. Very good fighter. Very effective boxing. Very tough, awkward style, and brilliant on the ground, by the way. Will I have him on the pod? I have had him on the podcast. He came on a while ago. He threatened to kill Harrington. He said he dreams about seeing Harrington, because Harrington, my producer, used to be homeless. And he was like, oh, man, I would love to have come across you. Love to have came across you asleep on a bench and just murder you because you're homeless and no one would care. I could murder you and get away with it. He's a bit of a madman in that regard. Got a new member. What's up, Beck? Got a new member. There you go. Who's that? Tyler Sortor. What's up, Mike? I'm good. You're not a new one. You've been here for 3 months. I got to do some membership content. I apologize. I'll do some as soon as I stop this. Going off for a little haircut soon. Commentating this weekend. Sadiq Youssef going up against Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza still going strong after all this time. Do I think I would have beaten George St. Pierre with both eyes? Respectfully, yes, I do. He dropped me with a beautiful left hook. Good for him, but I can't see shots coming from this side. And I was training with his coach early, like a year before, and Jorge Blanco, great guy. And I told him all about my eye. So, you know, he had the inside scoop. But listen, he beat me fair and square. I'm not going to take away anything from George. He's the man. Thomas, welcome to the contender. Larson, hope you're well. Can I see Makhachev sleeping Charles Oliveira? I can't, no. I can't see him knocking him out. I can see him putting him to sleep with a choke, but I don't think he certainly has the power, but I mean, have we ever seen Charles Oliveira knocked out cold? I don't think we have. We've seen him get TKO'd, but actually slept. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't seem to recall that. Matt Carney says, in an alternate world, all the big-name boxers are UFC fighters. Cole Frock, Eubank, Tyson. How do you feel each of them would have approached it? Matt Carney, in-depth question. Hope you're well, my brother, though. Whereabouts in England you from? Eubank. I mean, they would have been strikers with a bit of takedown defense, let's be honest. You know, they're incredible boxers. They're obviously talented with the hands. They've got to learn takedown defense, just like Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury was to come over and fight Francis Ngannou, we'd have to learn some takedown defense. But it takes a while. I did a video a while ago. There was some NBA basketballer going around saying, you know, you give me 1 year, I'll beat John Jones. You know, yeah, Jones is good, but I'm 6'8". That doesn't matter. And it takes longer than a year to learn some goddamn takedown defense. People are out of their minds. They really, really underestimate how long it takes to get proficient at these skills. You can learn how to do the actual motion, but to do it in real life against an opponent that is resisting, that is a complete different kettle of fish. Trying to hit a single leg on someone that doesn't want to get single legged is hard. You got to have great technique. So yeah, Felder, Buzzards Cry says out the blue. Yep, Felder's coming back. Very excited about that. Don Atlas, shout out, new member. Matt Carney, we did you, and boom, we did that. Right, moving on. Does the Bisping that beat Silva beat GSP? Well, it was pretty much the same guy that beat Silva. I would have beaten George. There was so much shit went wrong in that fight. Oh, I mean, listen, I'm not taking away from George. I tore my ribs 2 days before I flew off to the day before I flew off to New York. I went on the Saturday. I thought I went on the Monday. On the Friday, I tore all the cartilage in my ribs. It was so fucking painful. Then I had one eye on top of that. And then on top of that, I have a metal cup, box, groin guard, whatever you want to call it. And I have it in a jock strap, and the fucking jock strap ripped. And the metal cup was swinging around in my shorts. Anything and everything went wrong. But you know what? Destiny. Everything happens for a reason. I had to fucking retire. If I didn't retire, I would have carried on. I probably would have lost my good eye. So everything happens for a reason. It was a blessing in disguise, and I live a great life. So, Do I think Carlos Vermola? He won on Saturday by KO in Octagon. All right, Carlos Vermola. There's a Vermola. There's a blast from the past. I haven't heard that name for a while. This weekend we got Sadiq Youssef versus Edson Barboza, as I said before. Who do you think wins that one? Whereas Rebecca's messing with the budgies or the parakeets. Parakeets, man. Why have you got to change it to parakeets? Budgies are called budgies in England and Australia and pretty much the rest of the world. And I love living in America, by the way. But, you know, I'm just going to throw it out there. Budgies is short for budgerigar. Budgies are a bird native to Australia, right? So there's no need to change the name. They come over to America, you guys call them parakeets. I would love to know why. Maybe there's a good reason. Just like you change everything else, you change the spellings and all sorts. You know what I mean? It's a pavement. You guys call it a sidewalk. Do I know Charles' Oliveira's coach? Scratch my bum. Is that the best you got? Come on, Joker, Noro. You can do better than that, buddy. Scratch my bum. Scratch my bum. I used to get some good ones. The quality of the trolling has definitely gone downhill, which I'm disappointed about. Rebecca, you're being summoned. You're being called the Empress of Australia. She's not even listening. Oh, we got an okay. When you commentate Islam and Oliveira, please scream when Islam chokes him to sleep. That may very well may happen. You know, it's crazy because all the accolades are on the side of Charles Oliveira. I mean, the records that he has, let's have a look. UFC 294 wiki. I mean, the stuff, here we go, she's here. By popular bloody demand. Just, what, babe?
It was probably one person.
No, it was a lot of people. So shut up. If you go down here, Charles Oliveira, scratch your nose, babe, there you go. Oh, the birds. Oh, then look at this, look at this. So, UFC lightweight champion, fight of the night 3 times, performance of the night 13 times, most performance bonuses 13, submission of the night 3 times, hold on. Most finishes in UFC, most submission wins in UFC, most subs in lightweight, most subs in featherweight. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. It really is. And then you go to Islam Makhachev, who clearly beat him last time. And as I said, made it look very, very easy. Come down here to this. What's he got? I mean, I'm sure, obviously, the UFC lightweight champ fight of the night. I mean, he hasn't been around nowhere near as long, so he's not going to have stuff like this. Submission of the month from MMA Junkie, though. Whoa! Give him a woo, babe.
Woo!
No. Charles is the man, though. Islam's the man. It's going to be a fantastic fight. Should we have a look at the comment section?
Yes.
I asked them why did they call them parakeets.
Oh, yeah. Why do they?
I don't know.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying I asked them.
It just feels wrong because it's more like I feel like I'm saying a parrot. I feel like I'm talking about a parrot when I say parakeet, not a budgie.
Yeah, Rebecca's an amazing, good woman. Save it. What are your thoughts on the last few cards of the year? I think they're amazing. UFC 294, 95, 96. What a way to finish out a great year. It really is fantastic. Great year to be an MMA fan. Has Rebecca thought about Eshays? Has Rebecca taught us about Eshays? Australian chavs. I know what he's talking about.
I don't. What's an eshay?
Eshay.
I don't know. I've been out of Australia too long, obviously.
For the area.
What does eshay mean?
I don't know. But it's tied to Avasa. He's always saying that. Eshay. Yeah. Tied to Avasa is always going on about it.
Australians, what does it mean? I need to be informed.
I feel
like an Australian failure now.
Western Australian chavs.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Bisping, please help. I can't stop farting and sharting. What would you recommend, babe?
That's an ish.
Can't stop farting and sharting. Well, number one, stop farting, and then that will prevent said sharting. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe you need a better diet.
Get some psyllium husk in you.
Yes.
We're loving a bit of psyllium husk.
We always
Very-
we're big advocates for psyllium husk.
Very healthy bowel movements in this house right now, don't you know? And the pair of us,
I don't want to know.
we are
this.
shitting like
I
proper
haven't told you how my
state-of-the-art athletes. You know what I mean? Woo, fine dining. Let's go. Do you want to hear something really boring and obnoxious?
What?
We started Sober October yesterday,
Oh God.
didn't we, babe?
Well, you said we had to.
Yeah, I was a little late to the party. Yesterday was
Tell them what
the
happened.
9th.
Tell them what happened.
Sober October. I'm like, that's it.
This was yesterday morning.
No drink. We're doing it. Sober October. Nothing, no medications, nothing to help us sleep. Completely 100% all natural, baby. I may have failed on the first day.
It got to, I want to say, 4 p.m.
No, it was 5.
It was
5.
4 when you talked about having a drink.
Yeah, no, I said, listen, let's go. Because I said, let's go to the Thai. And I said, if we go to the Thai, I'm going to have a beer. I can't, you know.
I said, well, we won't. I said, let's just not.
Well, guess what? Today's another day.
It's another day.
I had a workout. I got in the ice bath. We're ice bathing these days, aren't we,
We
babe?
told them about the ice bath.
We're cold plunging like a set of dickheads.
Yeah, but it's not all over Instagram.
It's
so
not all
fine.
over. It will be, though, because they sent me one for free. So I've got to do that as part of my
It will
obligations.
be.
So get ready for that.
I'll be filming you in there.
Yeah. The problem is I've got to film myself in the ice bath. I'm like, shit.
The thing is,
I've got to get in shape. They're like, bloody hell, champ.
See you. It's intense though. It's really intense. So the thought of filming and doing anything other than concentrating is a little.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, I'm doing a lot of healthy things. I'm having my coffee black.
So healthy.
I'm having my coffee black. Apparently, it's unhealthy to have the cream in it. It takes away all the health benefits of coffee.
He's drinking bone broth.
I'm drinking. She's making her own bone broth. Talk them through it, babe. They're gonna love this.
Okay. How to make bone broth?
Do it in a speedy fashion, though, because we're losing
Okay,
viewers.
you need to get marrow bones. I just buy regular ones from Ralph's, but
I'm gonna have a bathroom break.
I would like
Tell
to
them.
buy.
It's all you, babe.
I would like to buy like grass-fed, organic bones, but it's too expensive. So I just get like regular ones. And then, so you need to get a crock pot, a slow cooker. And I add onions and I add garlic and I add celery. And then I literally just leave it for 48 hours. 48 hours. And the house absolutely stinks of like simmering beef bones. But it's delicious and it is so good for you. And yeah, you got to let it go cool, scrape all the fat off. It's amazing stuff. It's amazing. I love it.
This is what happens
And
when
it's
I leave
good
her
for
alone
you-
for 5
It's good for your
minutes.
skin. It's good for your skin, guys. I have noticed a difference in my skin.
Greggy, but no, that's the ice bath.
I've ice bathed twice.
The ice bath apparently is good for anti-aging. So we.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
stripping off
She
straight
said,
away.
I'm not getting in there, no way, it's far too cold. And I read an article all about anti-aging and the benefits of ice baths. She jumped in head first.
I'm like, get out.
I couldn't get her out the fucking thing. Couldn't get her out. I'm like, babe, you're overdoing it now. You're getting hypothermia.
I did.
Babe, we got a new member.
Woo.
And Michael, you wear black in most of your videos. Is it a conscious choice or just a coincidence? I do, my colour of choice is black, just like Rebecca.
I just feel more myself in black.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always black. I have every colour of the rainbow.
Grey.
I have grey. I have dark grey. I have light black. I've
Got a sky blue one.
got a sky blue. Next time, oof.
But black just looks better.
Black looks better. I like to wear black. That's my thing.
I think
Mike,
most
you are a
people do.
legend and a natural treasure. Arise, Sir Bisping. Well,
And
that.
I think they mean national treasure, but I like natural treasure too.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Greggy boy.
Greggy boy.
My man.
Nice.
Hope you well, Greggy
I
boy.
agree. He's a natural treasure.
Babe, what are your thoughts on this? On the trainer, Mike Oxlong.
I like my coxlong. He's
Yeah.
great. I hear good things.
Say that again.
I hear good things.
Say you like him again.
I like my coxlong.
Yeah. Have you ever considered naming a child Rodney? Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Rodney. That is your parents. You're gonna have a word. You know, you should hold that Rod. I guess. Rodders. What you need to watch, mate, because obviously you're in the States, judging by the donation. Thank you. Watch Only Fools and Horses.
Do you think Americans would like it?
You plonker.
I don't think they would.
I don't know if they would or not either.
I don't think they would.
If you two if you two are the same age, you need more ice baths, Mikey B.
Well, I do have to say, Michael's has to deal with a lot more stress than me. That's why he's prematurely aging.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's not nice.
Joking.
I'm 2 years older. However,
Sometimes you're not 2 years.
However, I'm 2 years older. I've lived a very traumatic life. I've been punched and kicked and kneed and elbowed and choked out for a living for about 20 odd years. You know what I mean? Covered in scars. It's character.
I love it.
Yeah. There we go. Look, see, look, the neck there. That one, it doesn't look as bad in real life, but on the live, the neck always looks bad.
Yeah, you can't really see it in. Oh, you can see it there.
You can see it badly there.
It's the light.
I'm always very conscious of it. Oh, I want to stop the live. Oh, I can see the scars.
He's not conscious.
How do you think Whittaker would have gone versus myself? Well, I was actually matched up with Robert Whittaker at UFC 193. I had to withdraw. I had surgery on my left arm. Would have loved to have faced him. Robert Whittaker, I've got so much respect for. How can you talk shit about Robert Whittaker? The man's just a cool customer. He's funny, he's laid back, he's chill, he's your typical Australian, and he's a monster inside the octagon. Fights his goddamn heart out. How do I think it would have gone? I would have whooped his ass, boy. Simple as that. But
Mark Gonzalez says, Rebecca, if Michael could be the next Batman, but you had to sleep with Harrington, would you?
Oof. The dilemma.
I do like Batman.
Are you saying you'd sleep with Harrington if I was to be the next
I'm
Batman?
just saying I like Batman.
I mean,
I'd like it if you were
Jesus
Batman.
Christ.
I like bats.
She does like bats. She likes crows. She likes bats. She likes anything gothic. Hence, she always dresses in black. Considering Paulo Costa, went life and death with an over-the-hill rockhold, in my opinion, does he fill me with confidence against Khamzat? What are your thoughts? That's a really good point, Incred. That is a good point to take into consideration because, yeah, Rockhold is certainly past his prime, with respect. Rockhold, when he was in his prime, was unbelievable. He was a very dominant champion. Well, he was dominant on his run to being a champ. Never got to defend it, did he, babe?
I'm sorry, I zoned out. What are we talking about?
Rockhold. He never got to defend it, though.
No.
He lost in his first defence.
Did he?
He did.
Who did he fight?
So, right hook Rita, left hook Larry, whoever that guy is.
Oh, that was his first defence.
Yeah, that was his first defence.
I zone out when you talk about MMA.
Oh, I know, she just looked at the comments. Anything about me? Anything about me?
No, I just
Anything
look for
about
the questions.
Me? Anyway, hold on. Beck, when you are in the dominant role, in what aspect of life do you feel appropriate in telling the 6'2" cage fighter to shut up and listen?
I would tell him to shut up. I always tell him to shut up.
You don't always tell me to shut up.
I do. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. He talks a lot.
That's disrespectful.
But yeah, he doesn't intimidate me at all. I just say whatever.
Yeah, shut up.
He tells me to shut up all the time.
Ben says, when you try to cut a promo on Whittaker, and he just made us all laugh, it was my second favourite UFC promo. No, I know. Listen, I've talked about this a few times, so I'll keep it quick. Like, I like Robert, and I went in and I was like, oh, congrats, mate, all the rest of it. And then he was standing there with his belt on. I'm like, you're not the champ, I'm the champ. I've worked bloody for years and years and years and years and years to become the champ, and you're standing there with a belt on, pretending you're a champ. So that irked me. And then he was all looking ripped, and he was covered in blood and stuff because he just had a fight. And I'm like, this fucker thinks he's hard. And then I just went full WWE stupid promo mode on him. Nothing personal. I love the guy. He's great. I'm a big fan of Robert Whittaker. Testosterone, guys. And being in an arena full of people, you know, playing up to the camera, acting like a total knobhead. We've all been there. I haven't. No, you haven't. If you were, though, you'd act like that.
I don't think I would.
I don't think you would either. I think most people would err on the side of caution and not be embarrassing.
Probably, but then I wouldn't be as popular as you.
Yeah. Mike, am I going to be on the commentary for Abu Dhabi? Sadly, no, I won't be. That's a tremendous fight card. I wish I could be, but I won't be there for that one.
Rebecca, tell Bisping there's an issue with the low volume. You got to turn it up. A lot of people saying this.
It's cranked up to the max.
Oh,
it's at the max.
It's redlining.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, that might be it.
No, it's not it. Oh, I can't see shit. The bloody writing's so small on this chart. We'll go to this one.
Okay.
Boom. It is. I can't see shit.
Press the button.
If someone does something, does that mean everyone should do it? No, Azrael. I don't know what you mean there, buddy, but no. If someone does something, doesn't mean everyone should do it. No.
No.
How do we think Joe Rogan would have done in the UFC if he was younger? And have you ever trained with him? I haven't trained with him. There's no reason to think that he wouldn't have done pretty well, though. You know, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He did a lot of taekwondo as a kid. So, yeah, I'm sure he would have done fine.
He didn't.
Because he wasn't a fighter, per se. He wasn't a cage fighter. He wasn't a mixed martial artist, and he had a lot of options. You know, he was smashing it in the Hollywood world. He was hosting TV shows and a successful comedian.
I thought he would have given it a try at least.
Well, he was happy with the role that he was in as a commentator, you know. So, there you go.
Fair enough.
Bring the mic closer, buddy.
It's close.
If I got any bloody closer, I'd be eating the damn thing.
Yeah.
Hey, champ, and Miss Bisping. Hello, Matthew. How are you? If you got any good questions, bring them in, because I've got a little hair appointment. So I will be going to get a haircut. I'm commentating this weekend, so I've got to get myself looking all, you know, Bobby Dazzly. Who's that, babe? What's that name?
Jason Carney.
Thank you, Jason Carney. Thank you, brother. I can't see shit. That's why lately I've been wearing my glasses. My contact lenses
I
just
like you in your glasses.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Hold on. Were I ever criticised for fighting? Would you have considered ever fighting Alex Pereira if he was in the UFC when you were? Yeah, of course I would. I don't know if you know this, buddy, but I fought everyone back in the day. I fought Dan Henderson, I fought Anderson Silva, I fought George St. Pierre, I fought Talis Laitis, I fought Chris Lieben. There's a lot of people that you won't have heard of, but back in the day, they were killers. You know, I fought Rashard Evans. I mean, you name it. I fought Vanderlei Silva. Vanderlei Silva was one of the scariest bastards you've ever seen. I fought a lot of very good competition. I'm proud to say that. So to answer your question, yeah, sure. If I was fighting now and Alex Pereira was there, why not? Mm-hmm. Would you have ever been hit so hard your fake eye popped out of your head?
That's from Bob Johnson.
Well, Bob, so I didn't have the fake eye when I was competing. You know what I mean? I had the eye that looked very bad. I used to wear these terrible contact lenses, didn't I?
You did.
They had like a fake eyeball on them. They looked so bad. They weren't convincing at all. How I got past the doctors is beyond me.
I don't know why they didn't tell you to get that fake eye sooner.
Yeah, I didn't know you could.
That's what I mean. Why didn't they tell you?
The only reason I found out about the fake eyepieces is because I was sick. When I retired, I was so sick of how it looked, and I was very self-conscious. And, you know, working on TV, working on, you know, doing the pre- and post-fight shows, commentating and things like that. And, you know, I dipped my toe in a little bit of acting here and there, a bit of action stuff. Don't consider myself an actor, though. But still, just the fact that I work on camera, I was very conscious. Even when I started my podcast, I used to have it kind of angled so that only this eye could be on. Because people are dicks. People talk shit, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, it does kind of, you know, even a tough guy like me, I guess, you know, when it's all people say, yeah, it can kind of get on your nerves. But the only reason it got on my nerves back then, realistically, though, is because I was still trying to fight, you know, and I was trying to limit it. But then after a while, I was like, I'm sick of how it looks. I'm just going to get a glass eye. I'm going to get the eye removed and have a glass eye put in. And then I went to see a doctor, and the doctor said, no, it was a woman. She's like, no, we don't like to take the eyeball out unless you're actually experiencing a lot of pain. Doesn't seem like you are, and you're doing it for cosmetics. You don't need to do that. You can get a prosthetic made, which is way easier. You don't have to have an operation. So I went down to this place. Turns out it's 5 minutes from my house. $3,500. Boom. Here we go.
Oh, why do you want to know how much you're paying for your haircut?
What does she charge? $50. $50. I've been going to her for a long time now. She's very good.
She does a good job.
She does a great job.
She does a good job.
$50. It's gone up since I were a lad. I think it was like $250.
Short back and sides.
Short back and sides. I mean, technically, that's what I get. I want to get a different haircut. I'm sick of having the same cut. Every time I go there and I see Francesca, that's her name, and I say, right, what can I do something different? And she has no suggestions for me. Let me know in the chat. What kind of haircut should I get? I have contemplated going back once or twice, haven't I? Shaving the head. Not fully shaving it, but getting a crew cut. What would you think? I think it'd look good with the beard.
I think it look good. I think you should do it today.
I'm not paying $50 for that. I'll just whip out the buddy's clippers.
No, it's better if you get it done properly.
Do you reckon I should get my head shaved?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Has that blown your mind?
No.
Are you shook right now?
I know I'm not shook. I'm like seriously considering it, and that's what I'm all wowing at. I just wonder, like, you know what I mean?
Your face would have to be quite slim, though.
Oh, she's saying that my face isn't slim.
No, I'm saying
my face isn't slim enough
it would have
to rock a skinhead. My God. I am offended.
Matt Carney, if you two were a detective team, who would be the brains like Morse or Sherlock Holmes, and who would be the sidekick like Lewis or Watson?
I'd be the brains.
I knew he was going to say that.
I'd be the brains.
I don't know.
I would delegate certain things to you.
I think I'm better at something.
No. Like certain things, I'd be like, I walk in, I'd have my pipe. I'm like, okay, let's take a look at this.
He's too like.
I start evaluating all the clues, and I would
emotional.
delegate it to Rebecca. I would care
What
for
would
a
you
coffee.
delegate off?
I'll take a coffee and maybe a sandwich. And by the time you come back, I'll have this triple homicide cleaned up in no time.
I think my brain's a little bit more sneaky than yours.
If
so
you're
I
ever
think I'm
in
good.
London, talking of detectives, I don't know why this popped in my head.
What are you going to say?
If you're ever in London, there's a prohibition-themed bar called Evans and Peel Detective Agency. So it's in, where is it? It's central London, not far. I think it might be like, what's it called? The fancy place where Harrods
Regent
is.
Street?
Not Regent Street, where Harrods is. Forget it. Anyway, so I got talking to this pub landlord. I was out there for a while. I was going in the same pub every day. And the pub landlord said one night, he says, "Hey, come with me, I got a surprise for you. You'll like this." And we go up to this shitty little, like, down a back street in this shitty building. And he knocks on the door, and then through a speaker says, "Who is it?" And the guy that I'm with says, "I've got someone with me, but I don't know if I can trust him." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And through the telecom, it says, "Say that again." And he says, "I've got someone with me, but I don't know if I can trust him." So a guy comes to the door, big meathead, long bloody jacket on, looking very formal. He's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I've got no idea." I'm like, "What do you mean, who am I? Who are you? I'm just trying to come in for a drink." He goes, "Whoa, stay there. Who are you? Where are you from?" And I'm like, "England." He goes, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in America." "Why do you live in America?" I said, "Why are you interrogating me?" And he goes, "Right, step inside." And we go inside, and there's like a small office, and it's like a gangster's office, like filing cabinets and, like typewriters and stuff, and a big safe there and whatnot. And he says, "Right, I need to pat you down, see if you've got any weapons on you. I'm not sure about this one." And I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" So he pats me down, seeing if I've got a gun on me. And then he goes, "Right, okay, you're free to enter." And you go in, and it's full of actors and actresses all pretending to be like it's in like the 1920s and alcohol's banned. It's actually really fucking cool. But it's a good thing to do to spook your friend out, because if you know it, you say, "I've got a friend with me, I don't know if I can trust him." And then they take you through that. There you go. Anyway, there's 2 minutes you're never going to get back. Evans and Peel Detective Agency.
Story.
Shut the hell up, woman.
Basically, Michael would be the sidekick.
I'd be the fucking... What?
Yes.
Right, anyway. The one that is like an old tube station. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Sam Set Carter, he's been there. Anyway. Conor McFlurry. No Man Alive. Morning, Mike and Beck. Thank you, Will MC. So, this weekend, we got the big fight, the much anticipated bout between... Who's it against, babe? Who's fighting this weekend? Sadiq Youssef, Edson Barboza. We know. KSI, Tommy Fury. No Man Alive. Who do you all think's going to win that? KSI, Tommy Fury. I've got nothing against either of them. Probably going to be Tommy Fury. I would have thought. You never know, though. KSI certainly improving every time. One MMA discipline you should have trained more. Wrestling. Yeah? Wish I started sooner. Wrestling is so important in mixed martial arts.
Someone said, would Rebecca still be with Mike if he wasn't a tall, handsome, former middleweight champion millionaire?
Well, you're
yes,
correct.
I would.
Handsome, former champion, millionaire. I mean, listen, guilty. Oh, you got me. You know what I mean?
Yes, I would, because he hasn't always been that. Trust.
When I met Rebecca, I was broke as hell. I had no job. I was DJing at the weekends. I was in and out of bloody getting arrested all the time and on the front page of the local newspaper. But I was a good laugh though, weren't I, babe?
Somehow you charmed me.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. Somehow, some way.
I was a different person.
3 words. That's all it took. Hello, Miss Ultra Fame. Boom, done. Anyway, KSI, the 12-year-old, thinks he's actually going to beat Tommy Fury. I know. It's all kids that enjoy this type of thing. But, you know, with the build-up between Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis, it has made it kind of interesting. Let's have a look here what we got. Jamie Kenny, yeah, boom, boom. M-Tech, can we say hi to my friend Alpha Kenny Buddy? Alpha Kenny Buddy, boom, boom.
Hi.
Are you still DJing from time to time? I'm going to bang a mix out this week for Cheese, babe.
Oh, are you?
I am. I might be doing a little set when I go back to Angleterre.
Are you?
Which is French for England. Angleterre. Well, because I've been asked. I get asked to do a set now and again, but the problem is, it's from my mates, my old DJ buddies or DJ circle in the northwest of England. I'm in California. They're in like Wigan or something. They're like, 2 weeks from now, do you want to come DJ? I'm like, I would love to. However, the fee doesn't even come close to that of an airfare, let alone a hotel, let alone giving up 4 days of my life to go do a quick set in Wigan. Do you know what I mean? So I would love to, but it's just too far away. Aspinall will win the heavyweight championship and be a great champ that defends the belt many times. Brett Davis, I agree. I think he's destined to be the champ one day. Rebecca, looking beautiful as always.
Thank you.
Says Louis.
Thank you.
Manchester United or City? Well, I know United are doing absolutely terrible right now, but I guess I'm a Man U fan, but it's very, very loose. When I was younger, I just said Man U. I don't really watch it. I do enjoy a game of football now, don't I, babe? What?
He pretends to like it.
I don't pretend to like it. I enjoy
Kinda
it.
makes the right noises. Ooh.
Oh, shut
Oh,
you.
that was close. Damn.
Oh, you're a dickhead. You are a dickhead. Oh, Diddy.
What he says, Rebecca should have been on Game of Thrones. I should have.
Yeah,
You're
you could have been Khaleesi's mum.
I'm sure she would have been a great.
You could have been Khaleesi's mum.
Well, Khaleesi's very young, so yeah, I probably could have.
Yeah. Well, no, because you used to get compared to Khaleesi back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Quite a while ago.
Back in the good old days. It's a joke, babe. Get back in that cold plunge. You'll go back 5 years. 5 years, you will be like, you'll be
5
walking.
years per 3 minutes.
We're walking around like this. You know what I mean? Just live off dust. Get in the cold plunge. Bit of dust. Bit of dust. 14 stone in a day. You guys want to see Peter Kay? Maybe you have. Let me know where you are in the world, please, in the comment section. I always enjoy when we do this. It's nice to get a little bit of context as to where you're calling in from, guys.
Hello from Fresno.
I can't fucking see, though. So it's pointless asking. Let me make this even bigger.
Oh, my God. I don't think it makes it bigger.
Well, it does.
Rebecca's the one woman who gets better looking as she's aged. Thank you, Ollie Mab. I appreciate it.
Yeah, all right. Thoughts on Dylan Dennis, Logan Paul legal situation? Well, it's not Logan that sued him. It's his girlfriend, as we know. He's just repurposing pictures that are already out there. I don't know if there's a law against reposting on Instagram or wherever he posts it.
They're probably classing it as harassment.
Yeah, they are classing it as harassment and defamation of character. And who was it? Chael Sonnen came out recently and he had a funny one. He's like, what character is he defaming? I don't know who she is. He said, the only reason that I know who she is now is because of all this. He said he should be thanking Dylan Dan. She should be thanking Dylan Dennis. You know? So anyway, I don't like to comment on that though. After a loss, you re-energize yourself emotionally. After a loss, could you re-energize yourself emotionally, or do you find support of your family was integral in boosting back that inner confidence? To be honest, not being disrespectful.
No, I'm going to say this for
Go
you.
on.
He boosted himself.
Yeah.
Because nothing I can say. He didn't. I don't know. I used to try and make you feel better. He didn't like it when I used to try and make you feel better.
I never dwelled on it. I was never down. Do you know what I mean?
Not really.
Yeah, no.
But if I tried to make you feel better, you'd be like, yeah, it's fine. I don't need a pep talk.
Well, it is fine, and I don't need a pep talk.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, so he was just dealt with it himself.
Well, every time I never, ever, ever, I mean, even if I lost a fight, I mean, obviously my final fight of my career that I shouldn't have taken, that ended pretty quickly. Other than that, every fight was very, very competitive. I mean, yeah, sure, I was flatlined against Henderson, but I was doing okay up until that point. And that was very early in my career, and I made a lot of mistakes. Other than Vitor Belfort caught me with a head kick. He was juiced out of his mind. Other than that, they were all very, very close fights. All the losses, Rashad Evans, very close. A lot of people thought I won that. Chael Sonnen, people thought I won that. Vanderlei Silva, I know I fucking won that fight. The point I'm making is that you don't get down about it. You're like, okay, well, listen, I'm in there competing with these world-class people. A few tweaks, I'll be beating these people. So I never gave up hope, and I never really needed a pep talk.
That, though, do you think you would have boosted yourself pretty well?
Well, if you're getting the shit kicked out of you every single time, that takes a certain... I mean, you still have confidence. That's why, you know, these people that step in, you see boxers that have these long records where they've lost so many fights, and you see mixed martial artists like Tony Ferguson. He's stepping back in there against Paddy Pimblett. He's lost his last 6 in a row. That takes an extreme amount of courage and bravery and self-belief. Maybe not so much with Tony because he's been at the highest level for so long, but like these boxers, sometimes they lose 25 in a row. Do you know what I mean? To still step back in there, and yes, they are journeymen, and yes, they don't really have major designs on winning, but even still, it takes a lot of mental strength. So respect to all of those people. So yeah.
So I've got some locations.
All right.
Cornwall.
I'm going to go in. Deansgate. Let's go Deansgate.
Phoenix, Arizona. Papua New Guinea.
North Wales, London. No, my fan way. Papua New Guinea. I don't know how to do a bloody Papua New Guinea accent, bud.
I don't know either.
I'm going to bloody just pretend that I'm doing a bloody Australia.
Papua New Guinea. I don't know. What's their accent like?
Florida, man. What's up, Florida? That's it for the locations.
Come on, South Sudan.
You cannot do South Sudan accent. It's very racist.
That sounds Indian.
No.
Pakistan.
Good God. Chael Sonnen is the MMA god. Give me more locaciones.
Blackburn. All
right, mate. Blackburn, ain't it? Blackburn ain't fucking house. Get yourself down. Market. What's it called? What's the Arndale Centre called?
I block it out.
Yeah, she does. She hates Blackburn. I used to take her there all the time.
Hawaii.
Warrington. Straight down bloody M6 there. Get off at A49.
Rochdale.
Lisa Stansfield. The home of her.
Mexico. Detroit. Craggy Island. Aberdeen.
All right, mate. Aber-fucking-Deen in the house.
Ireland.
Good day, mate. Island. Something like that. Rhode Island. Yo, what's up? Fucking, yo. Fucking New York. Rhode Island. And this motherfucker. Boston.
New Zealand. Oh, my God. Come on.
Gonna go down the city, mate. Gonna go down the city and see if I can see Izzy.
Get some fish and chips.
Get some fish and chips in the city. What else we got? Workington. Hawaii, man. Fucking Workington in the house in the Northwest Lake. In the Northeast. Is it in the Northeast? I think it is. Workington. I used to go to the Zone in Workington. The Zone.
I don't know where it is.
Up north, like. Oh, bloody Birmingham. All right, mate. Worldwide watching. See what I mean? We do have a worldwide audience.
Salford.
All right, mate. Fucking Salford in house, isn't it? Salford.
South Africa.
I can't do a South African, mate. I do a little bit.
That's all right.
What else? Hastings, South Africa, mate. My family, we've got a Cardiff in the house. Cardiff, Wales. You should get your good buddy Jorge Rivera on the podcast. Why would I want to do that? I have nothing against Jorge Rivera, and I wish him all the best. I don't. Well, he was a dick, and his cornerman was a dick, but I don't hold grudges. That was a long time ago. Random call. But it could be the delivery that we're waiting for. Go out there and answer it. Go out there and answer it. Silence. Spam fucking calls, man. What was I talking about? Yeah, I have nothing against Jorge Rivera. You know why? Because I smashed him to bits. So there you go. I wish him nothing but the best, but why would I give him a platform? Cornish accent. I don't know if I can do a Cornish accent, but it's not too bad. Something like this. Right? Cornish?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a... Sounds like a Cornish accent, but it's kind of like Bristol. Didn't want to give him a Carber dirty now, did I? Somerset.
I think they're all pretty similar.
Cornish, Somerset. It's all kind of similar. Thoughts on Anthony Smith's simulator video game? I haven't seen that, mate. What is that? Ew. Ever wish the kids had a British accent?
They do.
They do. Lucas doesn't.
Although he kind of does a little bit. His friends say that he talks with a bit of a British accent, and I can hear a little bit of British. It's not full on legit American, although he is very American. But Callum and Ellie do. But they talk with American accents as well.
Yes. Lucas has got more British as he's got older, which is weird. But Callum and Ellie, depending on who they're with, depends on how they speak. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Say hi to Daniel, my son. What's up, Daniel? Hope you're well, brother.
Hi, Daniel.
And is that your mom, Eileen? Hope you're well. Daniel, whatever you're doing in life, do it with everything you got. Try your best at everything. Whatever you do today, that will create the opportunities that you have tomorrow. Okay? Try hard at school, and remember, you can do anything you want in this life.
School age.
Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Daniel's watching. When you get to school, try
good
hard.
name. My
If you left school, then still be ambitious, work hard, exercise, eat clean, and respect your mother. Do whatever your mother says. And Eileen, if he acts like a little bastard, if he acts like a little toe rag at times, give him a smacked ass. Won't do him any harm.
That is child abuse.
It's not child abuse.
He might be in his 30s.
If he's in his 30s,
so that's inappropriate.
Slap his face. Slap Daniel's face. Don't, Daniel, if you're just a young little kid, hello, mate. Just forget the last 30 seconds happened.
Well, if he was young, he'd be at school.
Give him a slap, Eileen. I'm joking. We don't advocate violence on here of any sort. Speaking of the GOATs of the UFC, who's the GOAT of cricket? Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Now really in my wheelhouse. Cricket. Ian Botham.
We've got 2 names here to go at.
Oh, I can't see. Hold on a minute. My flipping contact lens. Hold on, spin around it. Spin around a bit more. There we go. Is it Sachin Tendulkar or Kanjari Benchod? Oh, God, I do like Benchod. Kanjari Benchod. Oh, it's a tough one. I'm going to go with Kanjari Benchod. But Ian Botham will always have a special place in my heart.
Shane Warne.
Shane Warne. Let's go, Shane. Whoa! Love a bit of cricket, mate. Who do we think Joe Rogan's Muay Thai idea for UFC? Yeah, listen, I love Muay Thai. I don't think we're ever going to see it in the UFC. So, we can dream.
Rebecca has something in common with Hugh Jass.
Hugh Jass?
Yeah.
You got something in common? Have you got a huge ass?
Oh, yeah.
She's got a huge ass. It's getting bigger by the day.
It is.
I'll come closer because apparently you guys can't hear me. It's getting bigger by the fucking day. It is.
It's not.
Get in the cold plunge. Get in there, babe. Come on. Well, how many we got? It's a slow day, but we did this. I knew on a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, right? On a Tuesday at this time, I knew we weren't going to have too many viewers, but there's almost 1,100 of you, and we appreciate you all. But I wanted to do it because a lot of the time, people are out at the weekends, whatever. I had a little hour to kill.
A lot of people watch at work, actually.
Bisping has a hot wife. Congrats. She's all right. Rugby World Cup, France. England are still in, though, right? Obviously, I'm supporting England. All right, guys, last few questions for the last few minutes.
Danielle Cooper, I can't help liking immature humour.
Yeah.
We do have.
Who says that?
Danielle Cooper.
Can't like immature. Yeah, it's just a bit of good, clean fun. It's just a bit of
We do have a very mature sense of humour.
Innocent silliness. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can sit there and get on your high horse and go, these guys are just joking around, man. And I was like, yeah, we are.
Exactly what we're doing.
It's being fucking silly. What do you want me to do? Sit there and be all serious?
Preach at you all.
Guys, I want to talk to you about the sadness and devastation that's going down in the Middle East right now and give you a political fucking insight. I'm not that guy. I don't know enough about it to comment on it. There's a lot of death, destruction, sadness. all over the world. You know what I mean?
Well, they don't come to you to hear about
They don't
stuff
come
like
to
that.
me to hear about that. I'm just one man. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to do the best I can, trying to provide for my family, and have a smile on my face while I do it. And most of the time I do. Hey, Mike, what is the main age, max age you think someone can be to train to be a pro fighter? I'm hiding under the floorboards of my neighbour's house, Maurice, watching him. Depends on the weight class. You know, if you're a heavyweight, you can start in your 30s. It's not ideal, but you could. Mid-20s, late 20s. I mean, that's like, you know, getting up there. It depends. Do you have any kind of background? Excuse me, my nose is blocked. I apologise. Opinion on Anshul Jubli, first Indian fighter. Yeah, Anshul Jubli, I've called one of his fights, actually. Looking forward to a UFC India one day. That'd be amazing to be there and commentate that. What are your thoughts on the Muay Thai fighter? Muay Thai fighter? What are your thoughts on the Muay Thai fighter? Touching me pee-pee. Oh.
9 Faithful 808. How's Callum doing with adult life?
He's doing great.
He's doing really good.
So he's just got his bachelor's degree. He's working up in San Francisco. He's got the first job that he had because he was on a wrestling scholarship, so he was on the team. Then he had his studies. Now he's not on the wrestling team anymore. He's completed his bachelor's degree. He's going to go back to college and do his master's, but right now he's in the big wide world. He's working. He's got his first job. It's a very humble job, but he hates it. But he's learning the value of $1 or £1. So yeah, he's working in like some fast food joint, you know, but he hates it. He's applied, actually, he's got an interview today. He's applied for about 15 marketing internships. What, babe? Nothing. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, he's doing great. He's doing fantastic. I'm very proud of him. Mike, were both your dad's parents from Poland or just your father? Cheers. Neither of my parents were from Poland. My grandfather and all his family before that were from Poland. My mum is Irish, Northern Ireland. And my dad was born in England. But as I said, all my dad's side of the family, they're all from Poland. And before the Second World War, they were counts and countesses living in big giant mansions. They were. There's fucking books about it. What do you mean apparently? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Jesus Christ.
I like to tease you.
She just likes to undermine anything I say. Anything I say, any kind of, like, I will be at a dinner or talking to someone, someone will be over the house and I'll be telling a story about, you know, and I'll be, you know, you're interrupting and, you know, the whole table will be eating out the palm of my hand. I'll be telling them a great story. And okay, maybe sprinkling a little bit extra on for comedy value, you know. And every time as I'm telling the fucking story, she's butting in every 2 seconds going, that didn't happen. No, it wasn't. Well, I'll say 20. I say, it was 4. Anything I say, she's like,
but
and
it's
I'm like,
not the truth.
Shut. It's like, woman, I'm well aware. Okay, I'm making the story better.
Feel comfortable with lies.
It's not lies.
Lies.
It's bending the truth. I'm making their day. I'm bringing joyness, happiness. They are loving life, loving it, making their day better. Anyway, I do have to go. That's about it. Francesca's going to shit the bed.
There was one last one.
Where? Here, Matt Carney, this one. I was asking you about your dad's mom. Was she Polish? Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, Will. She was. My dad's mother was Polish. No. No, she wasn't. What am I saying? No, my dad's mother.
No, she was from London.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Because my granddad was obviously he came because of the war, and met his wife here. Yeah. Anyway, guys and girls, got to go. Thanks for tuning in. I've got to get out of here. Francesca's going to kick my ass. Next time you see me, should I shave my head?
Oh, what are you going to do?
Should I shave my head?
You have my permission. It's up to you.
I know, but UFC, man, when I show up, they might be, hold on a minute. Where's the smooth, sophisticated, suave, debonair James Bond type? Now we've got a thug.
He's not going to do it. He's just not going to do it. I know he's not.
I just lanced a lot off. Anyway. Goodbye. Take care.
Bye.
Bonjour. Au revoir.
Bonjour.
Sayonara. Sawadee Kab. Give us another one.
Zaijian.
Saijian? That means hello.
That's ni hao.
What's Saijian? Goodbye.
I think it's goodbye.